Women are more loyal than men.
You can sometimes hate the person you're in a marriage with.
But just because you love someone, it doesn't stop someone from cheating because there's lust.
My stance on this is that if you initiate the date, you should pay.
Welcome to Bridge the Gap, a show where we aim to build a bridge of understanding between opposing views. Each episode, you will see our participants sit down to discuss some thought-provoking statements.
Women are more loyal than men.
If they disagree with the statement, they'll leave their seat and allow those that agree to explain themselves.
I think men are a lot more easier to let a relationship go.
Those that disagree then return and express themselves to the rest of the group,
I do believe it's 50-50. I feel like both genders cheat equally.
hopefully building a bridge of understanding. Let's see what happens.
I think women have more of an emotional connection to it,
We do.
in my opinion, yeah. Whereas guys, we can do it.
Or traditional. I don't even think it should be discussed in public. And I feel like it's such a personal thing between two people that, and the reason why it's discussed like in common knowledge or public is because I feel like pornography has taken that intimacy and personal aspects of it away. And that's my opinion.
I disagree. I'm someone that I love talking about sex because I think it's just a part of like relationships in life, whether it's with your girls, whether it's in mixed groups as well, because there's so much more surrounding sex than just a physical act. It's also, I think it's also a spiritual connection, it's a shift in energy, and you can just learn so much more and learn how to enjoy it as well. Sometimes we lose the idea of pleasure and like actually knowing how to gain pleasure, and sometimes in discussion you understand like the pleasurable aspects of sex rather than just doing it from watching porn or like learning from social media and that kind of ideas of films.
No, I think discussing it is important between a couple.
Okay, but not around like not in a
not
group.
in public, because then it takes away that, in my opinion, the intimacy and the private, because that is a very personal act. It's like, it's the most intimate thing two people can do, in my opinion. And I feel like it's something which should stay sacred between two people.
So you wouldn't speak to your boys about maybe an experience you had?
No, because I feel like it's disrespecting my partner.
Yeah.
Okay. What if your girl spoke about it to one of her friends? Would you feel like she's disrespecting you?
I feel it'd be disrespectful, yeah.
Okay.
But do you feel like that's because you're married and you see your situation a lot more serious than...
No, I feel like it's so personal to each individual that regardless of whether you're married or not, I feel like it should be kept between two people, because it can be very dangerous sharing your experiences with other people to you as a person, but also the other person who's involved, and it can be quite degrading or embarrassing. Yeah, I don't think it should be talked in public.
I think for me, I think that traditionally women probably saw sex as more an emotional thing, emotional connection, and I feel like now I wouldn't say a lot of women, but it's changed for some people. Some people see it as a physical thing, as in a physical release, like, okay, some people don't really believe in having relationships to have sex. Some people believe in having sex with specific people because they want to have an orgasm, and the person will do the job. And I think not all men see it as just a physical thing. Some men do actually see it as a really emotional thing, and they get attached. And maybe that's not what the situation may start as, but that's what happens. I think sometimes people's thoughts on sex we assume it's based on stereotypes that men have to see it as a physical and women see it as an emotional, but things are changing. So I don't think it's based on that. I think it's just everyone has a different experience.
My question would be, is when you said that, is it different between a couple and someone who's married and not married? Why would that take away the sacredness of it, is my question.
No, I don't think it takes away the sacredness of it. I feel like sometimes in our generation, relationships aren't held to the highest esteem. I feel like social media, music, everything has taken away from love and taken away from, you know, expressing genuine love to someone. So sometimes when you get married to someone, people see it as, yeah, this is real. This is, they've achieved something. But really and truly, if you're doing something so intimate with someone, you should be seeing that person in the same light as your wife, because that's hopefully where you want that intention to go, right? So that's just my perspective on that. I don't think it takes away from it. I feel like what you're saying, I agree with what you're saying, definitely. So, yeah.
Okay, but what about for now we've kind of brought marriage into it, but what about for married people that have threesomes?
I literally was about to say that.
Or that
When
swing,
he said,
or swap, partner swap.
keeping it between two people, I was like, what if there's a third?
Or a fourth.
Or a tenth.
Fourth, it gets fun.
100%.
I think other factors influence that. You have to know what people's belief systems are when it comes into that. When it comes to that, you have to really consider people's belief systems, because some people might be all for the threesome, but then other people's won't, and it might be because of their belief systems.
I think
So-
more than ever we're like becoming more tolerant towards non-traditional forms of relationships. So whether that's, like we're saying, like swinging or threesomes or introducing different means, because I think everyone saw that like Will and Jada interview, and then everyone was like talking about the whole, you know, entanglement. Sometimes some people can't get everything from one person. And you...
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
No. It's like, it's a statement, because I'm not saying me personally, but I'm saying some people may feel like they can't get everything from one person. And we don't own people as human beings. We're here to enjoy and to learn from one another. So if I enjoy, maybe, you know, I can really connect with you on a real spiritual level and like, you know, emotional intelligence, but you just have really good dick and the orgasms are great, like, you know, so, you know, and I'm not really getting that on this side. So I don't know, I think people choose to share people differently. I'm not saying it's right, but I think we're becoming more tolerant to just, you know.
Would you... Is that the goal? Is that the goal?
Some people's
Why
goals.
would
It's
it
some
be
people's
wrong?
goals.
No, my thing is this: if you're going to connect with this person on a spiritual level, let that be known. So you're my friend.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing something with you. You're not going to be my friend. Do you get what I mean? So it's clear, because what I feel people are doing is they're making this person believe this is intimate, but really you're just taking. You're like a parasite. You're taking from this person because it's so self-seeking. It's like you're serving me, and I'm going to choose you because you serve me in this
And the
way.
reason why
It's not
I
correct.
disagree with that statement is taking it based on different people is because you're not giving them their due rights. You're using, you're only taking what you want from that person,
Yeah.
and then not fulfilling the rest of their rights. That's why that's why marriage is so important in Islam, because you have to give everything you have to that person and pay them their due rights, and it's you and them, that's it. And then people say, oh, but then you get married once or twice or more so than once. And yeah, Islam does allow that, but you have to be fulfilling your rights to your partner, every single one of them equally, then you're allowed to marry more than once. But I totally disagree with the fact that I'll use this for something else and this for something else, because I think every single thing needs its due rights, and it's very hard to fulfill your due rights to 7 different things at the same time, and that's what I think.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, devil's advocate, I think we're talking about like needing something, like, oh, I'm being selfish because I need this from you, but it's an exchange as well. You may need something from me. Like as humans, we're in constant exchange. I think it's that idea of like unconditional love, but really and truly, in relationships, like men and women or women, like, you know, sexual relationships, it really is about an exchange, because at that point when I can't fulfill your needs, you're not going to feel happy in a relationship.
Well, even so, I feel like where I was saying people are very self-seeking and it's becoming more and more apparent is because it's like you're looking for someone to serve you so much, and you get so consumed with the idea that I need you to serve me, I need you to make me happy. That is a lie. Nobody's going to make you happy. So my thing is this: if you're looking at, oh, I'm not going to make you happy if I can't fulfill all your needs, does that permit you going to find someone else to fill those needs? Don't you try and work out things, work out how it's going to work with me and you. How are we going to be able to bounce with each other and work? It's yin and yang. You make it work, because that's why our generation does. It's just
That's why it's a mess.
there's no longevity.
Oh yeah. I just realized.
Sorry, I've said
You guys wanting to love and marry.
Yeah, I know.
no, I'm done.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
You smashed it.
Yeah, go on.
Men and women want sex differently. I don't know. It depends on what kind of man.
I think it's just changed.
Yeah, but I feel like
I think it's
it's
evolving
changed.
into its own little thing now. As was said by Fola earlier, it's just kind of a case of before women saw it emotionally, they saw men was kind of just
like a sport sort of thing, yeah.
how many I can get through before I get married. And now it's just everyone just has their own kind of feeling towards it, and everyone decides what they want to do.
Yeah.
At this point, I think everyone has that ability, and they feel like they do have that ability. And if you want an emotional one, you have an emotional one. If you don't, you don't. You just have that discussion.
You know what? You're just full of sauce. I swear, you're just full of sauce. This guy.